And what I'm saying is, we keep forgetting that we was them same kids. Then when we heard our parents just talking, we was like, you just talking. You ain't even who you're not even doing the things you say you supposed to do. So the cycle keeps continuing. So now we getting older, right? We grew up big shirts. I know you from New Orleans, nigga. So you know Cash Money is like are like gods to us, bro. 400 Degrees was the first album my mama bought me. I was 15. Let's get rid of all of it. If we not talking about getting rid of all of it, it's just cap. It's cap, bro. And I'm saying the kids see this. So when y'all talk about bad look, I'm saying the kids are gonna watch this. And then when they pull up on me and Miss Fantastic on a random Sunday, we gonna be listening to music, talking about hoes and drugs. That's what we like to do.
Yeah, but Shad, that's my problem, bro. Again,
Well, before you go, what about you? You willing to stop it all too? Are you willing to get rid of all music or any images that are negative? Are you willing to do that?
No, because that's unrealistic. That's
exactly.
unrealistic. That's unrealistic. You can't give an unrealistic thing again.
I just wanted to respond to him real quick. The reason why is because it's very hyperbolic. So your perspective is either we get rid of everything and we take this to the fucking extreme, or we continue to march forward in the same direction and that we've been going. It's either one of the two. You can't start the about face and say, all right, we got to stop right here and we got to put a line right here and start making our way back to where we need to go. We got to do it all in once and completely make a quick turnaround. It's impossible to do that. It's unrealistic for you to even make that argument.
Yeah, don't misconstrue my argument. That's not what I'm saying. Don't misconstrue my words. So allow me to clarify what I'm saying.
Let me ask you a question to get a better understanding of what it is that you're saying if I missed something. All right. So it sounds to me like you're saying before we can say anything, or if we're going to say anything about anything that's going wrong, especially with this song that's out right now and the way that these women are behaving, we're not allowed to have an opinion about that unless we're willing to make it a complete about face and change and get rid of anything that is toxic or negative for the community. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying you can do what the fuck you want to do, but understand the people watching are smarter. The children watching are smarter. They don't believe you. They don't believe you have this stance of morality, because once you get through criticizing spin that, they're going to catch you on the weekend listening to music, promoting the same things. It just happens to be the music you're listening to. So I'm saying you actually trying to promote change because you are one of those people that often romanticize the past. You love to paint the elders as like these perfect people that wore dresses everywhere they went and they didn't have debauchery. Hey, come holler at me off stream. I'll tell you about a lot of old school debauchery because I sat down with my people and had the stories over some good moonshine, right? What I'm saying is I'm trying to understand the people don't believe you, August. So what I'm saying, if you want to actually be effective, you have to get rid of it all. Because if you stop at spin that, if we don't go through the rest of the catalog, then it's like, what are we talking about? That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get up. This is what I'm hearing.
You're not effective. If you're not going to cut it all, you won't be effective. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so I would have to be completely perfect before I can make any suggestions about spin that. Like my life, I would have to throw everything away and be completely perfect before I'm allowed to make any suggestions of spin that, because I'm not going to be effective. That's what you're saying? Bare
minimum, you got to at least be living the life you're preaching about. Bare minimum.
But you have to include everybody as a whole as well. I think where it is like people are so focused on the music from women and how women dance and how women do this and women do that, when we're not even talking about the men's music and these rappers and what they're rapping about and these men rapping and these kids singing all these lyrics from these rap songs. Majority of the time, that's what it is. But nobody looks at that as, oh, that's crazy. We always want to talk about what the women are doing. So if you look at it, you have to look at it as a whole and not just, oh, spend that because that's from the women.
Can I say something? This reminds me of something, right? This reminds me of a conversation I was having with my wife one time. This was like years ago. I was talking to her about something that I needed her to correct, right? And I'm like, listen, I need you to do this, blah, 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 blah. We talking. And then she storms at me. She said, well, you need to correct this. You know, and you've been doing that wrong this whole time. And so I had to stop the conversation. I said, well, I'm glad you're sharing that with me because I need that reflection. I need you to tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong. But when I'm telling you when you're doing something wrong, it's not the time to tell me that. I need you to catch me as soon as I do it wrong so I can remember it right away. I can make that correction real quick. It seems like every time you have the conversation, there's the whataboutism that kicks in. Well, what about what the men is doing? What about before you could correct this, you got to go over there and talk about, and all this and that. It's not progressive. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because internally we're willing to adjust around it. You get what I'm
What that
saying?
mean?
So internally
No, what you
we're
mean
willing
by-
to adjust around the errors. So if something is wrong, like for instance, your wife telling you like, hey, I had this issue, she was willing to internally adjust around it instead of speaking up about it at that time.
What you mean? Yeah,
So it
but
doesn't
that's
mean
the
that you didn't
problem.
do wrong. But
That's the
no,
problem. If I'm
it
doing
doesn't
wrong, you got to
have
tell
be
me when I
wrong.
have to.
But it doesn't have to be a
It was niggas doing it at the in Houston. It was niggas from TMBR doing that in Houston.
Listen,
So
despicable,
I saw
video-
niggas in the club doing that.
disgusted.
That video
Swear to God, I
got
saw niggas doing
that video got 402,000 likes.
Shit.
Views are usually what? 3 times the likes?
Yeah.
Now, him, we gonna start saying, could you, DJ, put that weight in the water on?
Hey, I just don't believe y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie. I just think I'm learning. I've been around long enough, man. It's cow. It's just niggas got, and no disrespect to anybody here. And I'm just saying, it's cow. Niggas don't care for real.
Here's the honest truth about this thing, right? Most people aren't duplicative of the music they watch or the movies, the music they listen to or the movies they watch, right? I think we have an issue slightly with our people who perform have to live that life, right? I never seen no white people ever get mad at Jean-Claude Van Damme because he can't fight for real, right? But if our rappers ain't shooters, killer gorillas, like we try to downplay them, right? I think that's a little bit less with the younger generation now,
Sure, for sure.
What about
They mad at Gucci right? They mad at Gucci right now for being held at gunpoint with the Pooh Shiesty situation.
Well, they're not, right? They're not, right? There were a few videos that were, right? Like for instance, Mr. Fantastic, you're not. I'm not. Sean's not. Shad's not.
the street niggas are. The culture is.
No, that's what I'm telling you. They not, right? Because guess who's still booming? Gunna. Guess who's still booming? What's the other gay nigga that put the dress on first? Thug.
Young Thug.
Right? Nobody mad at Plies because he rapping about his brother. People still got Pusha T in the top 10 because he rapping about Malice life. So the truth is, right? Most of us aren't behaving like this. Right? First 48 been popping for 30 years with niggas telling. All right? Is this shit actually true? Or is it overblown and more or less propagandized? Do we think that Young Miami is honestly steering the culture?
I do, man. Again, I do.
don't
A certain
think so at all.
demographic, just like we talk about Cardi. You talk about Cardi, we talk about Meg.
No, I understand.
Yes,
I agree about a cohort. Is that the dominant cohort, right?
No.
That makes or breaks our people and our culture.
Not at all.
That's what I'm really asking, Mr. Fantastic. You see what I'm saying? Like there is a, well, just let me just be clear, right? I don't want to dismiss what he's saying, right? There is a cohort. You feel me? Back in 1999 to 2001, niggas was riding to that 50 when it was trying to get busy, right? But we was kids, right? My father was going to work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just wondering what cohort, what's the minority, majority, what's the percentage?
I don't think anybody really gives a fuck. Like it's music. It's music. Most of the people don't even listen to the words.
So Mary, let me speed it up a little bit. People give a fuck, right? We can't see that's where we be too dismissive to where we do the conversation a disservice, right? We can't act like I ain't wear a G-Unit wife beater for weeks at a time.
But you're a child.
Well, children could do damage, right?
Right. So make sure your children are not listening to these type of things. But as far as being an adult, I don't think nobody really gives a fuck as an adult.
Yeah,
well, here's let me argue a little bit, Ms. Fantastic. So here's the thing. I think Young Miami is the one that did the Sierra prayer, right?
No, that was Summer Walker.
No. It was one of the city girls. It was like 9/11, 9/11. Do the Sierra's prayer. Y'all remember that video, right?
Yeah, but Sierra's prayer is a Summer Walker song, and I think they
no, I got
they
you.
played
I'm
off
saying
that
she
after
said it. It was just like a viral clip, right?
Okay.
And she 30. So these people have influence, right? We can't dismiss that factor, Mary, is all I'm saying. right? There's influence there. For instance, like clothing, right? So depending on what's trending, it trends because of who wears it. Like, I mean, it's not, well, there's influence there, but how impactful is that influence? Who is it really perversing? Like, are hoes or hoes because of Young Miami saying would spin that shit? Or niggas gonna trick only because she said that, or niggas been tricking? You see them? That's what I'm saying. Like, does spin that shit make niggas trick more? Yo, if I was ever going to get in a fight or do something crazy, I didn't need no music. I made my mind up. Music was a catalyst to my already behavior. You see, we was going to play football regardless, Mr. Fantastic. But when vice versa come on, it give me a little bit of energy to do what I was going to do anyway.
I do be playing. I did have a R&B playlist on my way to the. So yeah, you know, you got a point.
Go ahead. I'm done now. I'm done.
Yeah, but yeah. So no, I'm not refuting that. Right.
Okay.
The problem again though is like to Mary's point. I guess she partially made it.
Mm-hmm.
The adults don't give a fuck, right? But the kids do. Most of that music is targeted to younger people and the people that don't got jobs, that don't got whatever, the parents and whatever, right? And what do we know? You know, not super duper, and unfortunately now, too much of the younger contingent. You know, now again, I don't think it's a majority of kids under the age of 15 or 14, but we know that right there, and especially now that you have grown ass men participating in this shit, shows you just how much that the grown motherfuckers do care, because this is a part of social media and revenue and clout and clicks and views. So we have to understand the time that we live in as to where music means a whole lot more now than what it meant back in the motherfucking 2000s, get rich or die trying days.
How
right?
you said how? Y'all do this so often based on what what metric?
Because
I'm gonna tell you how. I can tell you how. It's number one, it's easier to make now. It's easier to make, and
we talking about influence. We ain't talking about the
we're talking about music. We're talking about
influence.
So I know I know. I'm talking about it right now.
Let me do it real quick. You got it, August. Let me say this, August. You got it. So Shad, when we did MySpace and what was it? I always forget the other one. What's the one? Yeah, MySpace and Facebook, right? Shad, there was no trending song to post with every picture. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's two literally different things, and I'm sorry for cutting y'all off, bro. I just want to. It's two different things. You talking about success? Influence. I know you talk. Wait. Give me a second. You talking about success of a song and people liking it versus what does it do to the actions, the thoughts, and ideas of the people listening to it. So I'm saying in the 90s, crime, the murder rate was as high as it's ever been when they was it was gangster music. Crime has been on a decrease. So are you saying gangster rap now has a bigger influence on society than it has then? I also heard that teen pregnancy has gone down as well. So I'm saying, is the music increasing or decreasing? What I'm saying, it's not adding up based on the statistics.
Shad, to your point, no, Shad. So teen pregnancy went down, but the bitches over 40 has gone up. So for the first time, you got more women having babies later and single mothers that are fucking 40 plus than the young kids. So you literally proving my point.
Who you blaming it on? The music?
This is what I'm saying, Shad. This is what I'm saying. I'm not blaming it on you, but that's what.
So you blaming the music? You blaming the music?
No. I'm saying the whole entire culture as to where, we for whatever reason can't separate entertainment from fucking reality, bro. Niggas are the only one, like HAMP said. Oh, you gotta have bodies. You talking about catching bodies. Niggas don't know how to separate the entertainment, bro, from the fucking real life.
People don't give a fuck about how many bullets the nigga that talked about shooting had. That's what I hate about these conversations.
Right.
Y'all keep doing it. The majority of niggas don't care.
I understand the majority. I agree with you. I'm not saying it's the majority.
But you always say black community though. So
I'm saying what I'm saying, Shad, is it's too much in a substantial number of us that do care. It's too many and too much of us that are actually influenced by it and live lives, not so much of the older people as the younger people, but live their lives by this shit, bro.
How much pimping you did listening to Project Pat?
None.
Are you think you're an outlier, or you think you're the majority of black men?
I think I'm the majority of black men, right? I think I'm the majority of black men. But what I'm saying, if you're in Memphis though, I think is a whole lot higher.
Yeah, but
If you
that could
from
just be the
Memphis,
culture there. That could just be the culture in Memphis.
that's what I'm saying. And just like if you from motherfucking you from Georgia, you from Atlanta, it's a whole lot of different things. So I think depending on who and what you're listening to and what you're exposed to at the time, that literally Shad, you know this. Like I said, hey, Mississippi versus although everything is similar, it's different, right? So it's like, Outkast is different in Georgia than is different in fucking Louisiana compared to Georgia, South Carolina, and so on and so forth. That's all I'm saying, bro. I'm saying the culture and the what's the name is a big part of it, bro, and it's just influenced by that way.
I'm not saying, please, anybody listen, please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I know that music is influential. I'm saying the reach and power that y'all love to put on it and also make it unique to black people. The part just kind of gets tiring because if you listen to rock and roll music, it's a lot of pedophilia in their music. What I do know is they wouldn't connect that. They wouldn't be having the conversation about, we got to stop allowing Aerosmith to make music talking about 16-year-old girls. But then when we look at the numbers, we're like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
That's not what it is, though.
It's like it comes down to like the black culture when it's whatever's influential was influential. Like when it comes to music with any culture, but it's like people always boil down the black culture as far as minimizing. We're minimizing ourselves, and that's not the case. It just is what it is.
You can't put a product on a market, and there's no demand for it. You don't create the demand by making a product. There's a demand for it, and so that's why it goes as far as it's going. Because black women, they love this shit. So there's a demand for it, and that's how the money is being made. It's not the music that's influencing. It does influence, but it's not the music that's like it's the reflection of black people because we want that shit. Like that's the shit that's going right now. We fuck with that. And so that's reflective of our perspective as a whole. That's what's happening. Y'all looking at it on the other side where y'all think it's just influence. It is, but a lot of us are stamping that shit. And so the youth is gonna look at that and say that's okay. That's a go. Scamming is go. Spend that shit, that's a go. Hey, let me finish talking and then I'm gonna let you hold on. We can't talk over each other. We can't talk over each other. If we're talking over each other, then nobody's getting hurt.
Wrap it up. Let's go.
You gotta slow it down because I don't never do this to you.
Speed it up.
No, I'm not speeding it up. I'm speaking normal. No. This is the point that you need to calm down. This is the point that I'm trying to make. So the music, y'all looking at it backwards. That's all I'm trying to say. It does influence, but there is a demand for the shit. That's what we need to focus on is that there's a demand for this shit. People, the reason why it's working is because we buying it. That's what I'm trying to say. You got it.
So in saying that, and this is where the hypocrisy gets annoying because Shad even said, and this is the second time and you've clearly directed it at women, and then HAMP just shows three men dancing to the same adult song, and then how many women are listening to murder, murder, kill, kill, and going out and drive by and killing people? So we can listen to some debaucherous BS, shoot them up, bang, bang, fight, pick up a brick, hit in the head, and most of us ain't picking up a brick and hitting nobody. And if your children are that weak, that music is influencing to the point to where they're doing the
donated $19.99 through Super Chat.
Salute, Dre. Appreciate you.
The thing, anything over $20 it talks. All I'm saying is at some point, music has always been and had an element of debauchery. There has always been things and elements that were not beneficial to the community. My thing is this: you don't get to have murder, murder, kill, kill, and be mad if somebody's talking about spend it and scam it. Because what if the content of the song is where all my scamming niggas at? So in order to scam, you either got to have a job or some type of resource to scam. What child understands what scamming is? It's clearly not a song for a child. So what we need to talk about is better safeguards. And I'm willing to take the conversation and say we need more diversity and need more positivity to balance it out. But what I'm not going to do is have the conversation about when there's a woman's song this is a song of the summer. This is going to be here today, and next year we ain't going to talk about it. But I guarantee you, if I start quoting some Biggie songs, you niggas gonna know them lyrics word for word. Stop it.
Yeah, isn't it? I mean, aren't they rapping about what's happening?
Yeah.
You know, but I guess what it is
shit. Yeah.
well, what I'm saying is, right, like, so if you listen to Griselda, they rapping about what they used to do. You see? So the culture comes first, then the music, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All they doing is expressing our culture. That's what I was trying to say.
That's not our culture. That's what I'm saying. That's why I say you niggas keep saying this goofy ass statement. Drugs is not black people's culture, my nigga. Do you sell drugs? How many drugs have you sold? I don't answer that.
You think
what I'm
that,
saying
that's
is
a stupid question. Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So most people you know haven't sold drugs. So how's that our culture?
How you gonna tell me most people I know haven't sold drugs?
Most people you know haven't sold drugs.
Yeah, come on, August. Come on, bro.
Okay.
Most people you know haven't sold drugs.
I know what you mean.
Impossible.
I know what you mean. Okay.
So how's that our culture?
Yeah, okay.
It's just getting annoying at this point because you keep hearing it, and I'm like, y'all could actually like have a real conversation rooted in like reality about what going on in black culture. But y'all
nothing is wrong with
but
black
y'all
culture.
No,
right
that's not what I'm arguing. So that's the easy argument. That's the
I'm just trying to
lazy
figure out
argument
what it is.
to say that I'm saying there's nothing wrong. It's just so annoying hearing you niggas be hyperbolic weekly
So
when the
what should we
information's
focus
like
on?
the majority of black people don't sell drugs, and I'm tired of hearing y'all saying it. I'm tired of hearing y'all
Nobody said
connecting.
the majority,
I'm
though,
this I'm
Shad.
talking to August right now. I know you didn't say it. But y'all keep incorporating culture in these conversations with y'all critiques about black people, and it's false.
So
If
that's
it was
not-
correct,
we're not
if it was
creating this
if it was correct, I wouldn't have no issue. But saying selling drugs is black culture, it's bullshit.
So I'm asking you. So we're not creating this shit. Who's creating this shit?
The people who are either around people, because most of these rappers ain't living like they living, right? So they living somebody else's life, which would be the majority of people in their
Are they black or white?
In their
What
particular
are they?
niche, in their particular niche group.
Are they black or white?
They black.
Okay. So black people are the one creating the music based off of what they see around them, is what you're saying. And then black people and other black people are
Minority of
behind.
the times, I would say, look at if what we see what rap is, most of these niggas ain't living like they talking about. Most of them. Most of the rappers ain't.
So it's not the music. That's not our culture. What we talk about in the music, none of that shit is our culture. Is what you saying?
Here's why we can just get a bridge so we can move through.
Yeah, I'm trying, man, but that's
it
not-
is
that
it
what
is
you
an
saying don't make no
element.
damn
It
sense.
is an element of society everywhere doing illegal activity. Yes.
Oh my
so
God.
selling drugs is a part of black community. If that makes you feel better. Yes.
I'm saying it's a part of the culture. So what I'm trying to argue
it's a part
is
of the
that-
culture. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So the music isn't influencing the culture like y'all think. The music is the culture. All the music is doing is expressing black culture to the people. And
Well,
what's
you-
happening is
August, but real quick, just interject. You saying black, right? But you know, you've seen all the stories, right? Scarface is a caricature of what always been happening, right? Griselda is a real person, and she had real competition of people that look like her, right? You seen the movie Blow? That is a true story, right? You know the Irish in South Boston, right? They dealing in drugs and everything else. You see the they call it an opioid crisis. That's largely Seattle and Oregon, where white people are overdosing to the point where they don't have anywhere to put them. So the issue is when we keep saying black culture as it pertains to drugs. That's the thing that Shad is highlighting.
so. I'm only speaking on my people. I
Last
understand
thing.
that
Native Americans per capita, overdose junkies. I mean, you know, so that's the thing. We saying drugs is black culture, but we have so many examples of American culture is what we really talking about when we put black on it, right? Is that disingenuous?
no, because black culture is American culture.
Okay, so you're saying black
Just a
culture.
subsection. Yeah, it is American culture. It's just a sub. We do it all over. In Cali, they talk different in Cali. They have a different way of being in Cali, but it's still black culture. In the fucking in the Northeast, y'all got a different slango, different slang, different way y'all talk. But y'all
We're talking
still
about
black
drugs,
culture.
though. We're talking about drugs.
We talk even in. Yeah,
I'm not talking
that's
about
still-
slang.
that's-
I'm talking about drugs.
I'm saying that black culture and what we produce isn't just exclusive to us. There is parts of American culture that bleeds into black culture because we all live here. So I can agree with that point. I'm just only talking about black people right now. If you want to talk about white people and what the fuck white people do, we could talk about that too.
Well, no, I get.
I know all about that too.
100%. I don't know. It was because we're saying drugs, right? We talking about drug dealing and all that. We talking about killing and all that, right? A lot of the modus operandi comes from, you know, the things that are also popularized and polarizing, right? Like the Dillinger, right? You know, that's a man's name, but they named the Tommy gun like after him because John Dillinger will always carry it. You see, during Prohibition, Capone and the motherfuckers was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Gangs of New York is a soft rendition of what was actually happening. And when those people get allocated things that you need for a community to survive, i.e. the Italians get the police station, right? Or no, sorry, the fire stations. You know, you got these unions, Teamsters, and etc. that black people didn't have access to. So now you can, what's they call legitimize your illegitimate businesses, right? They literally created racketeering for the mob. But somehow when we had this conversation, we forget these things. I think that's Shad's point. Now, do we need correction in the things that we exalt? Yes, right? But we just want to make sure that we had a conversation in proper context is my point. And kind of the point that's being made.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make the point of all people at the same time. Like I can't say we need to work on this, even though white people work on, you know, do this type of shit and blah blah blah. Because I know that white people do that shit. White people are very degenerate people. I've done podcasts about it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that our focus and the music that's being expressed is a reflection of our culture. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think for me, August, I guess I've been here a while now, and I just listened to the entire conversation, and I noticed this is kind of like an exit ramp in a lot of these conversations, but it's not consistent. Like y'all will say like, well, I'm only talking about black people, and then tomorrow you'll use a comparison of another group, so it just never consistent. And y'all say things like, well, this was wrong. This was wrong. I've heard you do it. That's why me is kind of having a back and forth, because I've seen this thing where you'll compare us to another group. But then now I'm just supposed to think you're only talking about black people. I just listened to the entire conversation that we have, and I noticed the lack of consistency when we want to make a point with what's wrong with the black community. We'll juxtapose that with what somebody else doing. And then now when we say things like drugs is black culture, which I think we're talking about image and we're talking about messages getting passed out. So if somebody clips what you said in that moment, they think you're talking about drug culture being exclusive to black people. They don't think you're saying that this is American culture that black people also engage in, because you didn't have the conversation that way. So all I'm saying is, because I've heard you talk about this many times, I'm saying you pick one. Are you pointing out black people specifically, or when you want to talk about what's good, you compare it to another group?
Shad,
it's not consistent.
Shad, here's the thing. Like, people think that, like, so this promotion thing is actually interesting to me, Shad. Right? Here's the truth. The genres have like a set of fans, you know? But guess who watched Heat? Every fucking body.
Everybody.
Guess who watched Scarface? Everybody. Guess who watched Sopranos? Everybody.
Guess who getting GT6 when it come out? Him.
Everybody.
Entire America.
Right? And that's the interesting thing, right? People are being willfully obtuse. They say, oh, we the only ones that promote it. No, Sopranos, went down in history.
Right.
Goodfellas is in everybody's top 10.
Breaking Bad, one of the best shows ever.
And that's the thing about the context. But August already said he's focused on his people, although he understands that America does this thing. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying, hey, we are propped up as the face of degeneracy. So now our fight and how we, you know what I mean, support it, whatever the case, is different.
That's the black tax of it all.
Mm-hmm. So I get that point. I just want the context to be solid.
I got you, and I guess my last thing, and I guess I'm just pushing back on the idea that the majority of us are pushing the thing, right? Maybe we don't speak against it. There was a time I remember was a congresswoman that was speaking against it, but in mass, we're not speaking against it. But the music is a part of the culture, and if it sounds good, unfortunately, there's a lot of music with debauchery in it that sounds good. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So even the people that don't live it, when it comes on at the barbecue, they're gonna play it.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate truth.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing, right? Here's another thing, August, that interests me. Because when I realized, like, the tether shit, I never heard that shit before I got to the internet. We don't, up north, niggas live together. We got Italians. Why you think we promote pizza so much, right? None of these people know no Italians, obviously. Them Italians act just like the fucking mob movies. They don't believe in no snitching or no shit like that. Italians be trying to say they black because Hannibal was there for 20 years in Sicily, in one fucking town. Right? But they saying they don't promote. Yes, they do. Yes. Like, remember Paulie D? Remember him? How they talk and all this mingle and all. They act like that. Right? But what I'm realizing is people don't know no Italians. Because of what they saying. They don't promote. Yes, they do, bro. They love that shit. They love Gotti and them niggas. They hate Sammy the Bull. But it's just interesting. I'm realizing like people don't have real tangible experience with people. And so they just assuming and all that. You know what I mean? So not you, but I'm taking in the chat, what we talking about, you know what I mean? All that, man.